Hello everyone, this is Shan from VKS, back in action with another Guidebook of the Week series. I hope you all are excited for this week's guidebook as it will be on injection molding process. So for any of you folks looking to standardize your injection molding process and want to enjoy that 100% traceability, then look no further. Well, we all know how important injection molding process is in today's consumer world, but what is more important is that we want to ensure our operators follow each and every step during the process to minimize as much errors as possible and to produce the perfect molded object. With our VKS platform, all this is possible and much more. Interested? Well, let's just dive right into our guidebook of the week. So we'll start off with this guidebook here. And start. So right away there's a production information form that pops up into the guidebook. What this is this is under our VKS Pro version, where you can create smart forms like these in any way as you like to collect data capturing points, create digital checklists, collect measurements, and collect other key data as well. So in this form here, it's important that the operator put in the production operation number. So we'll just put in a random production operation number. And as you can see, there's a red dot here. Anytime there's a red dot beside a field, it is important and it's mandatory for the operator to put in that information. And then as we see here, the production quantity is 500. So it's a preset value that it's expected that the operator complete 500 badges for this shift. Once the operator clicks save, all that information gets stored and you can retrieve these information through a production report for this job once the job is completed. On the right hand side here is your productivity information. So you have your work time, units, cycle time, and cycles. So you have your expected versus elapsed completed time. Again, this can also be retrieved under your production report and you can track job efficiency, job progress, and work time. Right here we have some elements that have been added to this guidebook. So we have 3 attachments, 3 PDF attachments. Now you are open to attaching pictures, videos, and other types of documents as well. Want to let you know that if you were to open any of these attachments, you can view these documents live while you're in the work instruction. So you can simultaneously look at your step and look at the document at the same time if you need to refer to any of the information here. There's some forms that have been created, so anything with a check mark are your smart forms that have been created for these guidebooks. So these smart forms have been created so you can trace all the different types of processes from your production to non-conformance to quality and much more. So we'll look at all of these forms as we're going through the work instruction. On the left hand side here, we do have some pictograms. So you can add pictograms if there's any regulations that are set or any safety equipments that they need to wear. For this job, it is important that they wear safety gloves, safety glasses, and safety boots in order to avoid any injuries during the job. And going to the first step here, it's a simple work area setup and the name of the Mini-Jector molding machine that we will be working with today for the guidebook, and indicating the control panel. So the control panel would be the most important part in order to set your control panel to generate your molded specimen. Moving on to the next step. Before moving on to the next step, you are prompted by another form. So the operator has a pre-production inspection requirement to validate. So again, you can create different forms. These are examples how you can create the different types of forms. You can validate the following to make sure that the operator has looked over all of these before jumping to the next step. So the following: previous operations complete, check. Necessary safety equipment is worn to perform the job, check. Work areas clean, check. You have read and understood the safety precaution document attached under our elements, check. So once all of this is checked and confirmed, you can trace this information in your production information. So like I said, it's all about traceability under our VKS Pro version. So this gets saved here and it automatically moves to the next step. So our next step is initial settings. So simple instruction: turn on the machine breaker to activate control panel. And as you can see here, we have 2 annotations, 2 droplet annotations. So our first note indicates to turn breaker switch to on position, and then the second note is turn the heater switch to on position. So you want to add droplets anytime you're dealing with operation, quality check, or critical dimension. and these annotations can be very important when you're creating your guidebook. It just makes it easier for the operator to read the instructions which are assigned within the droplet itself. So these are notes that are added so the operator knows exactly what should be done. Moving on to the next step here, set desired temperatures. Again, very straightforward. The first note here tells the operator to hold down the start button, then F will show in green. Once that is done, they can move on to the second droplet here. Adjust temperatures to desired temperatures using the up and down arrows till you hit 430. The next step, before going to the next step, you are alerted by an alert notification. So alert notifications can be added under our elements. These can be added at any time you want to get the attention of the operator to make sure that they follow this important step. It's kind of like your critical step that they must follow before jumping onto the other step. So make sure to remove excess material after operation. And then it says here, load desired material into hopper. So as you can see, it shows the operator loading the material into the hopper. And then you have a note here indicating the type of material that's loaded and the quantity of the loaded material. So a very good example of how you can add these droplets and why it's beneficial to add these droplets onto the step here. Going on to the next step, again, very straightforward, very intuitive. Turn on hydraulics by pressing the start button and move carriage to in start cycle position here. Set to automatic cycles. We go on to this note telling the operator to adjust the extrude tripper to just contact the point you have established a sufficient volume to fill your mold. Lock with jam nut. Again, you might have different cycles of how you create your cycles. But this is one way showing exactly how the operator can set it to automatic cycles. And it's very important that they follow these steps because it tells them exactly how to set that tripper in order to set it to the automatic cycles. If they need any extra information on setting to automatic cycles, they can always refer to this manual, like I said, which would give them a more in-depth information on how they can go about setting it to that automatic cycle. Going on to the next step here, set the cycles and injection timers to the values observed during your manual setup. Pretty straightforward there. And turn on the timers to toggle switch. If we go on to the note, carriage selector switch to the in start cycle position. So you can kind of get an idea of how the step process works here. And most of the steps that we've seen is a setup step, showing the importance of setting up your control panel. That is your most critical step in order to produce the perfect molded specimen. So all these key steps are very important to generate your molded object. Going on to the next step, you have your purging process. Again, these are your critical steps that you need to make sure that you press the injection controller to retract the position, let the screw retract completely, then release. So you have a note here. And then we have our extrusion process where your first note indicates press the extrude button for 10 seconds. This fills the chamber with the material that you have loaded into the hopper. And then the second note indicating move injection controller to inject the position. Hold there for 5 seconds, then release. So timing is very important, and you can see how easy we have created this guidebook to make sure that our first note indicates that the operator hold the button for 10 seconds to fill the chamber, and then hold the other inject retract for 5 seconds, then release. Timing is very important because if you don't follow this important timing, it can really affect the molded object. Going on to the next step where we are coming closer to the production step is the machine will inject holding pressure until the injector timer times out. After that, you do get your molded specimen. Again, you could have added videos to show exactly how it's produced. In this case, we wanted to just show the molded specimen to see how it is, and then let the operator know that to observe the results and make any adjustments necessary. Now they can place it in a tray, place it somewhere very delicate so it doesn't get deformed. And before going to the next step, we do have a quality inspection form. So again, these forms can be, created for your quality control, quality inspection. These can be very important because you want to trace all of this information. So for quality test, we want to verify if the molded specimen is free of any defects. And under the instruction here, it's asking for, no damage, no tear, no wear, just to make sure that you don't see any of these. If you don't and it's perfect, put it as pass. You can take a picture as you like, depending on what your quality inspector suggests. If it is a fail, it might be necessary for you to take a picture, so at least the inspectors can observe what are the defective parts and how they get defected. So let's put this pass, and then you can measure the weight of the molded object here. Again, we'll just put it in 3 grams. And you can have a supervisor sign up. So you can have the quality inspector come and validate the first few units that have been generated, just to make sure that it's running smoothly and there's no defects. So you can create this option when creating smart forms. So like I said, all of this information does get stored into the production report, brings you to the next step. And there's another alert notification, making sure to refill the hopper if empty again. So this is another alert notification. These might be very critical steps that you must remember while you are generating your units. So now to repeat the cycle, put the mold back in the V slot. And then the note says, turn the carriage selector switch to the middle position, idle. Return it to the in start cycle position to initiate another cycle. Turning the switch to the center position is necessary to reset the 2 timers for the next cycle. So if we press next, again, this is our last slide, and pressing next would bring us just back to the production slide. So what this is that all of our slides from 1 to 12 were all setup steps, just to show how to set up your control panel. Once that is set, it's pretty much generic, and it would just loop to your production step, which would keep generating your molded specimen. So as you can see here, as you press next, it would keep increasing the number of units. So that's how much units you are producing at one time. So again, this can be cycle based or time based. And then every 5 minutes, every 5 or 10 minutes or so, you would get a quality inspection form that we just saw. Again, we set it as 30 minutes, but you can set it to any timing as you like to trigger these smart forms. Once you are done, once you do hit 500 units, so once it keeps increasing to your 500 unit, you're pretty much done your badge, and this form would pop up, which is your quantity completed. So you would have your 500 here, and you would be pretty much done your job. And then you have all this information here that would get stored in your production information report, of course, production report information. So as you can see, it's all about traceability. Like I said, I'm going to emphasize this because you can enjoy 100% traceability by creating these type of smart forms and assessing all your processes. So once this is saved, we have detected that you have reached the expected quantity. Are you finished? Yes, you are. So once you're done, it automatically exits the guidebook, and you're pretty much done for the injection molding process. So I hope you all had fun looking at this week's guidebook on injection molding process. Now, if you do want to learn more on how you can standardize your process and create similar guidebooks like this, book a demo at our VKSapp.com today, or contact your VKS customer representative. I thank you all for tuning in. I'll see you all on the next one. Take care.